Welcome to another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmett. And Kanye is a messiah of sorts, okay? Although he's working on the mundane physical level, that we actually, if you're on the 1,000-watt Bobby Hemmett frequency, you know that paradigm can never be penetrated physically. You have to do spiritual work, alchemy, black magic, call on the ancestors, invoke your own inner God power, and just mentally decide that who your enemy is and that you wish destruction upon them. That's how things operate. It's operating by the universal electromagnetic field that keeps everybody alive, which is electromagnetism, which we call electricity, which has the word L in it, which is God energy. Anyway, let's listen to Kanye. This guy is on my mind because he is standing up against the establishment. However, unless he calls on his own God energy, unless he uses the same symbolism that they use on the masses to reach their subconscious minds and feed them low vibrational things and copycat things, because your mind will just copy whatever you see that is in the majority. Unless you're awake, you can counteract that, because you know all of this is a fraud and all of it's too much negativity. But the masses are generally following it. It's almost like they're on autopilot. They really are, because their consciousness is dead, and they want to belong to a group, and the law of attraction works. It's a principle of the universe. The greater mass attracts the smaller mass. The law of density is at work. The most dense matter attracts the smaller mass. It's like, you know what? It's just like dust balls. You know how over time these fucking dust balls get bigger? Because there's an electromagnetic field that is literally attracting the dust particles together. That's how you even get the concept of dust. By the general electromagnetic field, the dust particles are attracting to each other. Then you got a fucking dust ball. You got a hairball or whatever the hell. And we're not talking about needing to have animals. I'm talking about you just leave a room empty for a month and you're gonna have fucking dust balls on the floor. Anyway, let's listen to Kanye, because that's why I'm making this audio. Let's listen to Kanye.
To get rich. In a since-deleted Instagram post, Ye said the Black Lives Matter movement was a scam. Now it's over. You're welcome. But that's not the end of Ye's comments. He made his opinion even more clear about his views on one of the recent interviews that he did. And since then, he's really been in trouble. Ye hopped NORE's Drink Champs to do an interview, and he said quite a few things that stuck with folks. His opinion was so controversial that the interview was removed from YouTube. In the 3-hour-long interview, he talked about topics ranging on whether or not Lil Baby is better than Kodak Black, to Jewish media.
You know what? Did you catch that? You don't have freedom of speech. You know, all you people that claim that you're proud Americans and you have freedom of speech and stuff, as soon as you're going against the government or the controls that the government has on the minds of people, you get removed. He got removed from YouTube.
Media outlets and how some people want to see him gone. The vibe throughout the interview was crazy, and you could clearly tell that Ye was pissed. Ye called out all the fake rappers out there who were rapping about violence to think for themselves before they signed a contract for a Jewish-owned record label. I want y'all to run up on me. No. I want y'all to come kill me. No. I want you to smack me. No. I want you to do all you rap about. No. Or otherwise, shut up unless you was there when the Kardashians kidnapped my kids. That's when he said the Jewish people were also the ones who own the black people voice. Like Jewish people have owned the black voice. Whether it's through us wearing a Ralph Lauren shirt, or it's all of us being signed to a record label, or having a Jewish manager, or being signed to a Jewish basketball team, or doing a movie on a Jewish platform like Disney. There were too many of his ideas and comments to list them all. But the overall idea is
replay that basic. For you. Okay?
I want you to smack me. I want you to do all you rap about. Or otherwise, shut up unless you was there when the Kardashians kidnapped my kids. That's when he said the Jewish people were also the ones who own the black
This is the part that I want to replay.
Like Jewish people have owned the black voice. Whether it's through us wearing a Ralph Lauren shirt, or it's all of us being signed to a record label, or having a Jewish manager, or being signed to a Jewish basketball team, or doing a movie on a Jewish platform like Disney. There were too many of his ideas.
All right, there you go. That's the truth. That's the truth. And you know what? Kanye is a messiah. A messiah is a messenger. You know, he's a messenger beyond the status quo. And I say right now, ashe to Kanye. And right now, I invoke the ancestors to be a protection around Kanye. Because although he's talking on the mundane level of material things, this is the pathway to spiritual awakening, to your God self. Although Kanye is being used as a puppet to talk about fake Christianity and push that and say, you know, I'm pro God and I'm elevated to a status of a preacher, even though I was just a rapper. And other preachers usually have to be, actually, in order to get on that stage like that, you're supposed to have a degree in, I forgot what it's called. A Bible degree. You know, you're supposed to have a Christian degree. A degree in, I forgot what it's called, but anyway, a degree in the fuckery called the Bible. You actually, you know, you get a license to be able to tell lies to people. But Kanye, they just gave him a free black card and said, here, get on stage and promote. Please keep these black people thinking about our white supremacist God that has killed indigenous people around the world in his namesake and has enslaved the minds of Africa so much that they think that a white person is literally God and they'll do anything for us. That ends another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmett, and that's 10 minutes and good, and we're done. May the forces of darkness of your melanin be with you to awaken you Start looking up at the stars, and you're gonna start receiving the downloads. The end. And all thanks to Bobby Hemmett. I'm so glad I'm awake because of Bobby Hemmett, because none of this shit matters. None of this world nonsense matters, because I know I'm immortal. I know that because I'm immortal, my energy is going to culminate with other melanated people to cosmically destroy this earth and all things unnatural, and it's going to return back to my yacht. You won't even remember any of this shit. It's going to be over. So that's what I can speak with confidence about that, because of the doses that I got from Bobby Hemmett. So thank you, Bobby Hemmett.